It's Lou with Beauty and More by Lou. I'm outside on my front porch, so you might hear some stuff in the background, and if it's crazy neighbors, well, just, we're just gonna move along. But I'm here today because I wanted to kind of let you get to know me a little bit, tell you my story, my brain tumor story. Yeah, I am a brain tumor survivor, proud to say. I had a line-sized meningioma brain tumor right here. They found it back in 2009. And so today I'm going to kind of give you my story and let you know what happened and all that. How did I know that I had a brain tumor? So hold on and we'll talk about it. Okay, so first of all, to start out, if you look at me, that eye is kind of off. Well, it's actually not really this one, it's this one. My brain tumor was right here, what they call a frontal lobar. It was in the upper right hand portion of my brain, which is the center for, like your emotions and whatnot. Well, I actually have dents, for lack of a better term, in my skull. I was cut from here all the way to there, and I'm not real sure if you can see it or not, but if I got real close, you could see the scar, and you can see, let me see if I can pull my hair apart. Well, next time my hair's dirty, I'll take a picture. But yeah, I had a 7.5 hour surgery, September 29th of 2009. How it all started was it really started in 2008. That's when I contracted mono, Epstein-Barr, started getting real sick. Now, y'all, at this point in time, I was in the prime of my career, and, I was younger. I was about 40 and really doing well, had a super job. I've been in the real estate business for about 28 years. So I was really, really comfortable, doing really well. And all of a sudden, 2008, it was about April, started just not feeling well, just thinking, oh God, I felt like I had the flu, lethargic, had no energy. So, of course, I went to the doctor. They did some blood work, and it came back, well, guess what? You've got mono. I'm like, huh? How did I get mono? I haven't kissed anybody other than my husband and my child, so, I couldn't understand where it came from. But nevertheless, it took me about 6 months to get back to the point where I felt somewhat normal. Well, here we go into March of 2009. Started feeling bad again. So I said, let me go back to the doctor. Yeah, it had flared up again. Only this time things were different. This time I started developing headaches along with the fatigue and the, just generally not feeling well. Well, these headaches started getting really bad. I actually muddled through, went ahead and went to work, muddled through, but I was not feeling well. Well, I started developing headaches that were just incredible, like nothing I have ever felt in my life. My head, when I would stand up from a seated position, the top of my head would start filling with all of this just pressure. I felt almost like a coffee percolator, the old percolators or a pressure cooker, where I felt like my head was just going to pop off. So much pressure. So I went to the doctor, and I said, something's going on. When something is wrong. So, like I said, I went to the doctor, told him maybe we should do an MRI because these headaches are crazy. And of course, he put me on, I can't remember the name of the headache drug, but that's a side effect of brain tumors. You can't remember nothing. So yeah, anytime I do a boneheaded mood, I'll just say, brain tumor. Anyway, so he put me on headache medication and said, okay, yeah, we'll do an MRI. This was around my birthday, which was in August. Well, I started to develop motor skill issues. It was really, really strange. Before I went for the MRI, I would, for instance, I would try to get out of bed. Generally, I would fall out of the bed. And when I was on the ground, like I am now, not only I couldn't get up, but I couldn't figure out how. And I was just so weak that I physically could not get up. So my then husband, that's another whole story about that. Anyway, he would have to come and help me get up. So, like I said, went to the MRI, and I decided at that point I cannot work anymore. I just can't do it. I have no strength. I can't think right. My head is killing me. My neck started developing muscle spasms and getting really, really hard. I remember going to the doctor at that time and saying, my neck, oh my gosh, help me. He said, man, your neck is so tight, I could bounce a quarter off of that. And so anyway, but, so yeah, my birthday is August 15th. So, and I had actually resigned from my position, at my job, and just told them I can't do it anymore, y'all. I just can't. Well, the next day I was going to get the MRI. So they were so sweet. They held me a little going away party, and it was really nice. Plus it was part of my birthday party. So anyway, next day I go in. It was open MRI. And open MRIs are not really as accurate as the regular bore, closed bore MRIs. But I went in there and I went through the whole thing and got a call. After I got done, went home, got a phone call. It was my doctor. he said the words, "You have a brain tumor." Okay. Now, what I wanted to say here is normally when you hear something to that extent, some kind of, horrible diagnosis like that, your first thing that you normally think of is, I'm gonna die, or something to that extent. I didn't have that. I knew. It was like I knew something was wrong, and I knew how my body was reacting to it. So it wasn't just a huge blow to me. It was just like, okay, that confirms exactly what I thought it was, or exactly what I was gathering, that something was happening. And so he says at that time, he said, if you have to have a brain tumor, he said, this is probably the best one out of all of them. And I'm thinking, best one? A brain tumor is, no, there's no best anything. But what he was basically saying is, generally these types of tumors are not malignant. They are benign. But he said the size of this tumor is really why you have started getting symptomatic. So of course he schedules me an appointment with a neurosurgeon. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 days later I went to see the neurosurgeon. I mean, this whole thing was quick. I mean, it was like, 1 minute, okay, you got a brain tumor, here we go, let's go start doctors, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, but in a way I had an inner peace about it. I don't know, it's definitely the Lord. But went to see the neurosurgeon. He said, yeah, it's got to come out. He said, it's huge. He said, what it's doing now is basically the tumor's pressing on your brain, which is causing the motor skills issues. And so he scheduled me for surgery like the next week. So he told me what he was going to do. He said, I'm going to have to go in the day before, do the thing where they go in through your groin area and come up here and then cauterize the vessels and everything, and arteries, because or not arteries, but veins and everything that had, because this tumor was so like viscous, and he said, we got to cut the blood supply. So went in, they did that the next day. Of course, to me, it all runs together. I mean, it felt like it was just boom, 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 but it wasn't. It was like over the span of a day. But yeah, then they did a 7.5 hour surgery. There's Buddy. That's my doggy. He's a little pug. They did a 7.5 hour surgery. He had told me that he wasn't sure if I would be able to keep my eyesight in this eye because of the fact that the tumor was sitting on top of my optic nerve. Well, and this is something I wanted to talk to you about. When I laid on the table prior to surgery, I said a little prayer. I said, okay, God, it's on you. I said, I'm perfectly fine if you want to take me. I'm perfectly fine if I have something to do. Keep me here. I said, but it's in your hands. And you know how they talk in the Bible about that peace that surpasses all understanding? When I went to sleep, I felt him with me. It's amazing to me. I wasn't scared. It was like I had completely turned everything over to God and said, you know, whatever is your will. And so I woke up. I do remember when I was coming out of my anesthesia, they had to apparently keep me on longer because they said that they were afraid of like the pain level. I don't know, but oh, the dog's across the street. Sorry, y'all, bear with me until I can get a microphone. Yeah, so I remember as I was coming out of the anesthesia, the tube was still in my throat, but it was just awful. It was like my tongue. The tube was pressing my tongue against my jaw, so my tongue was like completely numb, but it was weird. So I was coming out of the anesthesia, and I kept doing that, and that's how they knew that, okay, you know, she's starting to come around, and like we can back off some of it now and let her wake up. Well, they said, okay. I mean, y'all, I'm kind of like in a, but I hear them say, okay, we're going to take the tube out now. Cough as hard as you can. Y'all, it was the weirdest thing. Oh my gosh. As they were yanking, it was like I could feel it coming, and it was, I can't explain it, but it was just strange, super strange. But I remember waking up, and it was like I looked around, and looking around the ER or my room or wherever I was in the post-surgical, you know, sorry y'all, I get flustered and I can't think of words. That's another side effect. But yeah, I remember looking around and going, wow. And it's like I woke up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. My head didn't hurt anymore. What did hurt was because of the fact that I was on my side for 7.5 hours. I developed sciatica. So, man, and that, for the next several months, I had to go to physical therapy and stuff for that. So, but anyway, I woke up, my head didn't hurt, and I was happy. I remember my neurosurgeon, call him my hero, he was Dr. Tullis. I always called him my Superman because he swooped in and saved me when I needed it. He walks through the door, through the, you know, the swinging door. He comes in, he has a beeline on me, and the first thing he says to me, he walks right up to my face, "Can you see?" And I said, "Yes, I can." And he said, oh. It was like you could just see, whew, you know, relief. I do remember my then husband saying that he looked exhausted. Mine was he said what he told me, because whenever I went down, I had one of the subclavian things, so, you know, they could hook me up if I needed blood or fluids or whatever during the surgery. I woke up and I had another one. He said I lost a lot of blood, and he said, you know, we had to get some in you fast, so we had to put another one in there. But, so I don't even know if the procedure they had done the day before or not helped much or not, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm here, thank God, and that's enough of that. So, So yeah, I woke up, I could see, I could talk. Believe it or not, I only stayed in the hospital. My surgery was Tuesday, the 29th. I got out that Friday. Yeah, so it was amazing. But anyway, subsequently, I developed fibromyalgia. And from some of the research that I've been doing on it, they're saying that, fibromyalgia typically is caused by like something dramatic happening to you, to your central nervous system. Well, of course, brain tumor, hello. So anyway, from, like I said, post-surgery, I developed fibromyalgia. So it basically came down to the fact that I just could not go back to work. I have some deficits. A lot of times you'll see me looking up. It's kind of like me searching my database for what to say, how to say what I'm trying to say. So y'all bear with me. But yeah, and after that, after I would say about November, because I had the surgery in September. Thank God I didn't have to go through any chemo or anything. He said that they were able to get it out, and it was the size of a lime. And you'll see pictures. I'll show it to you. But okay, my train's left the track. Sorry. This happens to me quite often, y'all. Oh, I was okay. So the wonky eye that, it kind of looks sometimes, like I'm looking at you and one eye's going this way and one, it's because my right eye was affected by the surgery, and I do have some blind spots in my peripheral vision. Like, for instance, I can put my hand over here and I don't see it until it gets about right there. So like in my outer peripheral vision on this eye, I cannot see, but I can see straight on. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's what happened. But what I can say, y'all, the point to all this, okay, I want you to know that God is good, y'all. I mean, I'm just gonna say it right here now. God is good. Another thing, don't take for granted every day that you have on this earth, okay? I never in a million years thought that sorry, y'all, my nose is running, I'm outside. Never ever did I ever expect, to hear you have a brain tumor. I thought, what? I mean, how is that possible? But yeah. So what I'm trying to say is we all get into a rush every day. We're just constantly having to do stuff. Just go, go, go. Not even thinking. You have a focus. You have a goal. All that. But, take the time to stop and look around and appreciate what is around you. We all are inclined to listen to, everybody out there saying how horrible everything is and da 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 da. Well, you know what? There's a really pretty bird over there. That bird is singing. It's getting ready to be spring. Take what you have, put a positive spin on it, y'all. I had a brain tumor, but I am here, praise God, I am here. I have a purpose, okay? There's a reason that heart's still beating, you know? So just think about what you've got. Think about your blessings, y'all, and never take for granted the little things, you know? I mean, it's like I've said before, you can talk, you can walk, you can move your arms, you can go and hug somebody if you want to. You know, even if you don't have those abilities, there are so many other things that we need to be thankful for, we need to be grateful for, and we need to be happy that we have them. So if there's anything that you take away from this, take away that every day is a gift. It really is, y'all. It really is. When you are faced with death, you know, and a brain tumor, in reality, that's a big thing, you know. When you're faced with the possibility of that, things change for you, you know. They did for me. They did for me. There's a lot that's going wrong, but I try to focus on what's going right, you know, because if I thought and dwelled on everything that's bad, y'all, I'd have been gone way back then. Just saying, there's a lot going on in my life, but I'm trying to press forward and, you know, just honestly, y'all, I joke about the lines and stuff, but I'm grateful for them because that means I'm here, you know. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me. There's a lot more, but, you know, we've only, you know, I can't take up 4 hours of your time, even though I've already taken up just about 30. So, anyway, take care of yourself. Be sweet. Be sweet. You never know when somebody out there, if they look at you and see you smiling, you never know, that may get them through the next minute of their life. Okay? So just be sweet. I love you, and I hope that this, you know, kind of broke the ice with us a little bit. I so want to hear your story. So, you know, I mean, below in the comments, let me know, you know, what are you going through that maybe I could pray for you, you know? We all need a little prayer. But yeah, so take care, be sweet again, and of course, like, share, and subscribe. Y'all help me out here. My sister is disabled. She gotta make some money. You know, sister likes to look pretty too. Even if I'm sitting at home looking out the window. But anyway, just enjoy your life and be grateful, okay? And I'll see you on the next one.